Hello and welcome to Market Radio, the home of the innovators, newsmakers, and news breakers within the markets. I'm Pat Beechinor. On this edition, the latter of the three breaking news. Sire Biosciences has now completed its acquisition of Fusion Nutrition Incorporated, and with that, a distribution network that Fusion built over 20 years and feeds iconic outlets such as Sports Check, Popeye Supplements, GNC Canada, and Supplement King. Sports nutrition already is a $51 billion industry in North America, and that sector is expressly moving beyond just bodybuilders and athletes toward the general population. Brian Polla is president of Sire Biosciences. Brian, welcome. You know, as an investor, we always look for that one event in the company's year that's the game changer. For you guys, this is it.
Yeah, it certainly is. It's something as a team we're all very excited about. We're excited to have it as an asset immediately. We're excited to where we can grow it through our experienced team, and we're certainly excited about the CBD infusions that'll be coming down the line.
Brian, if you were to do an acquisition with a bit of a lesser known, that's one thing. In the case of Fusion, you're talking 20 plus years of goodwill, and that's something that you hate to overstate the word invaluable, but it's a huge value.
Absolutely. Their Purple K brand is the top-selling creatine capsule in Canada. It's a brand personally I was familiar with and have used for a long time, and it's great quality stuff backed by great people and great marketing.
How much new distribution does this immediately give you?
Immediately, it gives us a lot. I think we've got around 800 locations immediately in Canada. What it really gives us, though, is a tool to branch out into the U.S. and to really establish new distribution points for when legalization and infusion really opens up across North America.
Brian, prior to airtime, you and I spoke, and this development is not new. It's been long in the works, and we'll touch on that in a moment. But it's two-pronged. One, you get distribution. Secondly, what's interesting is that you're going to be in stateside, states that at the moment are not legal, but down the road may be legal. And when they are legal, you're already there.
Yeah, absolutely. It gives us some time to, again, number one, reestablish the Fusion brand in locations that it's not currently in. And it then allows us to lay down the infrastructure to really open up the new products that are going to be available. So it's going to allow us to really get things moved right across Canada and the U.S. And once the CBD infusions become legalized, we're going to have the distribution and everything ready on the ground to get going with our creams, capsules. There's a few supplements we're developing formulations for. So we're going to have a lot of stuff that's ready to go once that market opens up.
Brian, as I had alluded to, you had this development as one of the options for the company and its future all the way along. And congratulations on this happening. But just to be clear, this didn't pop out of the blue. It had been in development for quite some time.
It really was. So it's interesting how this whole event kind of came into my life. You know, my previous background was manufacturing, metal fabrication, powder coating. Was a successful entrepreneur for a number of years and saw this opportunity, came into the cannabis space as an investor, and then really saw all the potential that was here and tied in kind of my previous network. And, in selecting the Sire team, I had the luxury of going to all the best people I knew and had good relationships with in many different industries, from the pet industry, pharmaceuticals, health and wellness, consumer packaged goods. And I literally got to draft my team and through a lot of conversations and, certainly making sure we all aligned on character and integrity first and foremost. I kind of built the team and, Adrian Burke is one of the founders of Fusion, and him and I go back quite a ways. We've supported each other's charities in the past, and as we started talking and he wanted to come on board, everything just kind of aligned and it's really come together nicely.
Brian, sometimes when you have a major success like this, it's nice to stand back for a moment and relish the moment. You don't have time to do that right now. You've got to get busy. You can't wait around.
No, absolutely not. I mean, this is the acquisition itself, all the M&A stuff. It certainly takes a while to go through all the details, ensure there's no skeletons and nothing bad that's going to bite you after you do this. Especially in this industry, there's been so many quick mergers, acquisitions, and so many of them have not really added any value to the businesses. And at Sire, we're very diligent about who we want to bring on in terms of partners. You know, we're more particular about who we say no to. That's what's important to us when we have our board meetings. We're like, okay, you know, this might look good on paper, but it's nothing real there. You know, so we want to do things that are really going to help us establish a long-term successful business.
Brian, the entire cannabis sector right now is somewhat in flux. There's winners, losers, mergers, acquisitions, as you mentioned, some simply folding and rolling over. This development for you, though, and the ability to move proactively into markets that are yet to be even open, that may very much so separate you from the pack.
Absolutely. And we're truly grateful for that opportunity. And we really, in the next 6 to 12 months, really look to push that forward and have some success in our numbers in terms of taking Fusion immediately from where it is to the next level and adding some good value to our shareholders. We take our investment money very seriously. I've made a lot of investments in the industry personally, and some have gone good and some have gone terrible. And it's sad to see the ones that go terrible for people because it's hard to earn those investment dollars. And honestly, at Sire, we're very passionate that we want to build and create a long-term sustainable business that really adds value for all our shareholders.
Brian Polla is the president of Sire Biosciences, Inc., listed on the CSC, the symbol SIRE.CN. They're also on the OTC markets. The symbol there is BLLXF. Brian, for those who want more information, where do folks go?
I would direct them to our IR email, ir@sirebioscience.com. I'm also available personally as the founder and CEO. I'd be happy to take anyone's email at Brian P. BRIANP at sirebioscience.com.
Brian, congratulations. Good luck moving forward, and thanks for the time.
Appreciate it very much, Pat. Thank you so much.